The first time, I blamed life. They called it a natural miscarriage. No heartbeat at 11 weeks. They said one in every 4 pregnancies ends this way. I cried for weeks. The second time, I blamed myself. More vitamins, less stress, no caffeine, meditation. Still, 8 weeks in, gone again. No answers. The third loss was the one that changed the air in our home. It felt colder, like the walls knew something I didn't. He didn't cry that time. Didn't even hold my hand. He just looked away and said, "Maybe we're not meant to be parents." Wait. He wasn't the one screaming in the bathroom. He wasn't the one sitting alone while nurses wheeled me out of hope again. And that night, when I walked into the kitchen and heard him whispering on the phone, laughing, something inside me shifted. He wasn't grieving. He was unaffected. Maybe even relieved. I tried to shake it off. Tried not to become that type of wife. The suspicious one, the paranoid one. But Queen no. My hands started checking where my heart wasn't allowed to. I went through his old phone, locked drawers, even the garage where he needed space. Nothing, clean trail. But my body still screamed, "There's something here." So I bought the camera. Not the basic kind. A real one, button-sized, motion-triggered, Wi-Fi connected. I hid it in a plant above the kitchen cabinet, the one angled toward the hallway, the one that would see everything between 2 bedrooms and a front door. I told myself it was wrong. That maybe I had lost not just Bobby's, but sense of trust. But I had already lost peace. And peace is more sacred than privacy when you're grieving in a house that doesn't echo grief back. For 2 days, nothing. The footage showed silence, lights turning off, him making soup. Then on the third night, he said he was going to check the plumbing in the laundry room. Midnight. I acted asleep. The next morning, the footage showed him, heading out the front door. In his hoodie, no tools. Just a backpack. I zoomed in. He left around 12:16 a.m. Came back around 2:03 a.m. And in between. Nothing, no call, no mess. Just something strange on the floor the next morning. A crumbled prenatal supplement bottle I swore I hadn't left out. My hands shook as I picked it up. The label was peeled halfway. The pills replaced with something chalky, off-color. I walked back to my laptop. Rewound the files. Matched timestamp to timestamp. And then I saw it. The motion alert didn't trigger because he never walked into frame on purpose. He crouched, stayed low. But the shadow still showed. Just for a second, his hand reaching up to unscrew the cap of my pills. Swipe. Swap. Shake. I watched that clip 15 times. Paused, zoomed, checked twice to make sure my eyes weren't lying. It was him. Reaching up from the side of the kitchen island, staying low, staying quiet, and unscrewing the cap of my prenatal pills. Dumping something in, shaking the bottle, putting it back. The clip lasted just 18 seconds. But it was enough to change everything. I sat there on the couch with the laptop on my knees, frozen. Tears didn't come yet. My mind was doing math I never wanted to solve. How long had he been doing this? Was it only the third time, or had they all been engineered? I replayed every memory. Missed nurse calls. Scheduling mix-ups. The way he never showed panic. The way he once said, "Maybe it's just nature's way of saying we're not ready." Now I could hear what he meant. Not nature. Him. I opened the cabinet and stared at the pill bottle for 10 full minutes. He had used a nail to reseal the foil. Subtle, slick. He wanted me to believe every loss I suffered came from the universe, while he stood beside me acting like he suffered too. But he wasn't suffering. He was silencing. I didn't go to the police. Not yet. Because I wanted him to feel the clock ticking. I wanted him to wonder if I'd found out. If I'd seen enough. if I'd swallowed today. So for 2 days, I said nothing. I cooked breakfast. I smiled soft. I handed him mail. I even placed the pill bottle back, label turned just right, so he wouldn't think anything had changed. He didn't notice. Because monsters never imagine their victims recording. They only fear being exposed out loud. On the third night, I moved the camera. Angle change. Now it looked at the bathroom door, where he kept that black gym backpack, the one that never left his side. He had no gym membership. I checked a month ago. At 2:11 a.m., the light in the hallway clicked on. He walked out of the room with the backpack. But what he didn't know, I was awake, watching. The next morning, I checked the recording. He went to the trash bin across the street, removed a small container, plastic wrapped, placed it inside the neighbor's bin. I retrieved it after he left. Inside was a blister pack, pills half crushed, faded label, his handwriting. Blend, match, use sparingly. My hands didn't shake this time. My mind was made up. I didn't cry when I saw the final piece of proof. I didn't scream. I just placed it, neatly, in a cream folder, labeled it evidence, and put it in the freezer under the peas. Safe, cold, just like his heart. Monday morning, I wore my best outfit. The one he used to say was too much for a woman just running errands. I wasn't running errands today. I was running out of grace. I walked into my lawyer's office like a woman who had just read the last chapter, but hadn't slammed the book shut. Yet. She listened. Didn't interrupt once. When I was done, she said one sentence. We won't just file for divorce, we'll file for intent to harm. Daniel came home that evening like any other. Took off his shoes, kissed the air near my cheek. Something smells good, he said. I nodded. It's almost ready. Grab your plate. He smiled like nothing was about to change. Like the woman he tried to break was still busy seasoning dinner for him. But when he sat down, I placed the envelope next to his fork. Cream folder. Frozen once. Now thawed and warm in my hands. He lifted it slowly. Opened it. And for the first time ever since our losses, I saw fear crawl across his face. Inside was everything. Photos, screenshots, pharmacy analysis. The video angle, the garbage bag timeline. The pills, the bottle swap, all of it numbered and clean. I don't know what that is, he tried. No, Daniel, I said. You don't know who this is. He stood up. I didn't. I just handed him my lawyer's card, read him the divorce terms aloud, and pointed to the last line. All evidence has been pre-submitted to authorities. You'll hear from both soon. He panicked. Said I couldn't do that. That it wasn't what it looked like. That he was hurting too and confused, and just wanted control back. I walked right past him, grabbed my keys, turned, and said, I kept losing Bobby's because you kept losing your soul. Now you're gonna lose everything else. I didn't slam the door. I let it click. Soft, final. Not for drama, for peace. And you know what? That night, I slept the full 8 hours. I woke up glowing. Took a walk. Stopped by the baby section at the mall, not to cry, but to smile. At hope. Because sometimes you don't fight fire with fire. You just give it oxygen and walk away before it burns you too. And for the first time since he handed me a ring, I finally gave myself back my life. If you've ever loved someone through their pain, if you've ever stood tall for someone who felt too small to fight, then you already know. Sometimes karma isn't a thing that comes later. Sometimes it shows up wearing the same face as the woman he thought would stay broken. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to hear more stories like this. Because even in silence, the truth has a voice.